Sasha the brave and kind-hearted squirrel. Once upon a time, in a vast forest of tall trees and colorful flowers, there lived a small, bushy-tailed squirrel named Sasha. Sasha lived in a cozy nest on the branches of a mighty oak tree, where she spent her days scampering around and gathering nuts and berries. Sasha was a curious and adventurous squirrel who loved to explore new parts of the forest. She was always looking for new things to learn and discover, and she was never afraid to take risks. One sunny morning, Sasha was scurrying along the branches of her tree when she noticed a group of birds flying in the distance. She had never seen these birds before, and her curiosity got the best of her. Without hesitation, Sasha darted off towards the birds, jumping from branch to branch with ease. As she got closer, she saw that the birds were perched on a tall, towering tree with leaves as green as emeralds. Sasha had never seen a tree so tall and majestic before. She felt a sense of wonder and excitement as she approached the base of the tree, and she knew she had to climb to the top. Sasha began to climb, her tiny claws gripping tightly onto the rough bark of the tree. She climbed higher and higher, her heart racing with excitement, until she finally reached the top. At the top of the tree, Sasha found a nest full of fluffy feathers and colorful eggs. She had never seen anything like it before, and she couldn't help but feel a sense of awe and wonder. But just as she was admiring the nest, she heard a rustling sound coming from the leaves. Suddenly, a big, furry creature jumped out at her, its sharp claws ready to attack. Sasha was terrified, but she didn't let her fear get the best of her. She used her quick reflexes to dodge the creature's attack and ran back down the tree, her heart pounding with fear and excitement. When she reached the ground, Sasha realized that she had just had the adventure of a lifetime. She felt a sense of pride and accomplishment, knowing that she had faced her fears and come out on top. From that day forward, Sasha became known as the bravest and most adventurous squirrel in the forest. And even though she had many more adventures ahead of her, she never forgot the thrill of that first climb up the towering tree. Sasha was small but mighty, and she had a big heart. She spent her days scampering through the trees, collecting nuts and seeds, and playing with her friends. She was loved by all the animals in the jungle for her kind and playful nature. One day, as Sasha was busy gathering acorns for the winter, she heard a strange noise coming from a nearby tree. Curious, she scampered up the trunk to investigate. As she peered into the hollow of the tree, she saw a tiny bird with a broken wing. The bird was chirping weakly, clearly in pain. Sasha's heart went out to the bird, and she knew she had to help. She carefully lifted the bird out of the tree and cradled it gently in her paws. "Don't worry, little one," she whispered. "I'll take care of you." Sasha carried the bird back to her cozy nest and spent the next few days nursing it back to health. She cleaned its wounds, gave it food and water, and kept it warm and comfortable. Eventually, the bird's wing healed, and it was able to fly away. But Sasha had made a new friend, and she was happy to have been able to help. News of Sasha's kindness and compassion quickly spread through the jungle, and soon she was known as one of the most beloved animals in the whole forest. Even the fiercest predators respected her for her bravery and her kind heart. From that day forward, Sasha made it her mission to help anyone in need, no matter how small or how big. And the animals of the jungle knew that they could always count on her to be there for them, through thick and thin. One sunny day, as Sasha was playing in the park, she noticed a group of children playing a game of tag. She watched as they ran around, laughing and shouting, and suddenly she had an idea. She approached the children and asked if she could play too. At first, the children were hesitant. "But you're just a squirrel," they said. "You won't be able to keep up with us." But Sasha was determined. "Please, just give me a chance," she pleaded. The children looked at each other, unsure, but finally they decided to let Sasha join in. And to their surprise, Sasha was a natural at the game. She darted and dodged with lightning-fast speed, her small size making her almost impossible to catch. The children were impressed, and they welcomed Sasha into their game with open arms. From that day forward, Sasha spent many afternoons playing with the children in the park. She loved the feeling of being part of a group, and she loved the rush of adrenaline she got from playing games and racing around. But Sasha's adventures weren't limited to the park. She loved exploring every inch of her beloved forest, from the tallest trees to the deepest burrows. She made friends with all kinds of creatures, from birds to bugs to fellow squirrels. And even though she was small, she never let that hold her back from experiencing everything the world had to offer. As Sasha grew older, her adventurous spirit only grew stronger. She continued to explore and play, always eager to learn and experience new things. And even though she faced challenges and obstacles along the way, she never lost her determination or her sense of joy. Sasha was truly a force to be reckoned with, a small but mighty creature who brought happiness and excitement wherever she went. One day, while Sasha was gathering acorns, she heard a strange noise coming from a nearby bush. Curious, she cautiously approached the bush and peeked through the leaves. To her surprise, she saw a small bird with a broken wing, struggling to fly. Sasha immediately knew she had to help the bird. She gently scooped up the bird in her paws and brought it back to her tree. There, she made a cozy nest for the bird and brought it some seeds and nuts to eat. Days turned into weeks, and Sasha spent all her time taking care of the little bird. She would bring it food, clean its feathers, and keep it warm and comfortable. Slowly but surely, the bird's wing began to heal. And before long, it was strong enough to fly again. Sasha was overjoyed to see the bird soar through the sky. It was one of the happiest moments of her life. From then on, Sasha became known as the kindest, most caring animal in the entire jungle. Everyone knew that if they were ever in trouble, they could count on Sasha to lend a helping paw. And Sasha was happy, too. She had found her purpose in life, and she knew that she was making a difference in the world, one small act of kindness at a time. Sasha the squirrel's adventure with the nut was far from over. As she continued on her journey, she came across a family of birds who were frantically searching for food. "Excuse me," the mother bird chirped. "Do you happen to have any extra nuts? We're trying to feed our babies, but we haven't been able to find any food." Sasha thought for a moment, remembering the selflessness of her new friends the bees. "Actually, I do have a nut," she said, holding out the one she had been carrying. "You can have it to feed your babies." The mother bird was overjoyed and thanked Sasha with tears in her eyes. Sasha felt a sense of warmth in her heart that she had never felt before. She realized that sometimes, the greatest joy came not from keeping things for herself, but from sharing with others. From that day on, Sasha became known as a generous and kind-hearted squirrel. She continued to collect nuts for herself, but she always made sure to share with those in need. And whenever she met someone new, she would greet them with a warm smile and a kind heart, knowing that true friends were worth far more than any number of nuts. Sweet dreams, and see you in the next chapter.